Advertisers in Pakistan are projected to spend nearly $25 million in 2021 on influencer marketing, touting it as an alternative source of original branded content that has greater engagement than regular commercials. So I don't think we have the figures from year to year for Pakistan, but
नहीं नहीं
25
वो
million.
जी the previous numbers I wasn't able to get, like in the intended spending, because this article went out in December 2020. So we wanted to sort of like give a
Yeah,
foresight aage.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so that this 25 million was the number I got from a couple of sources, primarily the two largest. There's two media agencies in Pakistan that control 75% of the media spending in Pakistan. So $2 billion a year is going to be spent in Pakistan this year on advertising, which means 75% is in the hands of two agencies. One is called Z2C Limited, and the other is called Group M,
Yeah.
a duopoly, if you will. And and the data comes from them. So like when one is saying the spending will be 32.5 million, and the other one is saying it's going to be about 27.5 million, and then I get other people's data points, and average that was coming out was like 25.1.
Yeah,
So just
$25
to give it,
million dollars is what, like 3 billion rupees or something? Something like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
some insane figure like that. Acha, huh. GG. Okay.
So yeah, I mean this was the growth, and it was driven by, I don't the why they're spending the 25 million is actually because jo new generation aa rahi hai, hopefully you and I can classify as digital natives, but I'm not sure. But the new generation jo aa rahi hai, as they're entering, as they're getting promoted to the point that they have a decision making role.
Yeah.
And by decision making role, I don't just mean that the person is an assistant brand manager. I mean, this person is the final authority. The CEO looks at them and says, "What do you think?" It'll be final call on you. Statistically speaking, I have found, again, if you disagree with me, talk to the other advertising group. It doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, when I speak to brand marketers who are making big investments towards influencer marketing, they usually turn out to be people under the age of 35, uh, self-identify as digital natives, that they grew up with the internet and all that, and so they understand how to read data. They have a better understanding of analytics. They know where to spend the money, and more their supervisors or their states that they work for are expecting them to drive a commercial result, usually in the form of sales. And so it's no longer a silo. Okay, there's a sales team and then there's a brand team. Brand team is expected to drive sales. So as a result of that, jab aapki bonuses and your KPIs are tied to generating revenue, then you tend to spend money in places where that revenue will be generated, as opposed to Dawn के front page अखबार पे आपने ad लगा दिया, फिर CEO को push करना है.
Yeah.
As opposed to that, you're going to
Yeah.
spend it in areas where you know the audiences are engaged actively, and in creative that resonates with their audience. And Kantar has a bunch of research on how to do that properly. And so that they are the big drivers towards spending this $25 million on influencer marketing.